Homes are coming to Maumee. We'll tell you where they're going up and how that will affect the surrounding area. John?
And even though the weekend starts off dry, we are tracking rain chances into your Sunday. I'm going to break down the hour-by-hour timing and when you're going to need that umbrella coming up. Dan?
We continue tracking breaking news here on WTOL 11+. Toledo police investigating a shooting outside Franklin Park Mall. Officers tell WTOL 11 it began as a fight inside the mall, then spilled out into the parking lot near Dick's. TPD says there are no reports of anyone shot, but bullets did hit some vehicles. Authorities stopped a driver leaving the scene, then officers detained 3 people. Witnesses describe the chaotic scene.
My first concern was for the people in the mall is here we are in a nice sporting goods store that's a little bit of cover, but is everybody else okay? And my main concern obviously was my child's with me and wanted to take cover.
Police did search the mall, did not find any active threat. Stay with WTOL 11 for updates. Also developing tonight, Mobis North America permanently laying off more than 200 employees. According to a letter from the company, 210 UAW Local 12 workers will be laid off in January. The affected job positions include assemblers, maintenance, and technicians. That comes after Stellantis announced plans to lay off more than 1,100 workers across the Gladiator and Wrangler lines in the new year. Lucas County Commissioners announced rapid response resources for Stellantis workers impacted by layoffs at the Toledo Jeep Assembly Complex. Lucas County Department of Workforce Development will be holding an informational session Tuesday with Stellantis leadership in the UAW. They'll lay out details about the services the county and Ohio Department of Job and Family Services can offer. As it gets set to go back in the White House, President-elect Donald Trump is working to put his staff in place ahead of the inauguration. Here's more from CBS News from the White House.
The Department of Justice has taken the first steps to end the criminal cases against President-elect Donald Trump. Special counsel Jack Smith filed a motion to vacate the remaining pretrial deadlines in order to give the government time to assess how to comply with DOJ policy. That policy prohibits prosecuting a sitting president. Judge Tanya Chutkin immediately granted the motion and asked for an update by December 2nd. Trump takes office January 20th. Thursday night, he made his first hire of the new administration.
The Ice Baby. We call her the Ice Baby.
Trump tapped campaign manager Susie Wiles to be his new chief of staff. Sources close to Trump tell CBS News' Robert Costa that Wiles is seen as smart and organized and someone who will not compete with Trump for attention.
Susie likes to stay in the background. She's not in the background.
Trump is also narrowing down his list for Secretary of State. CBS News has learned he's considering Florida Senator Marco Rubio and former Ambassador Richard Grenell. While Fox News reports Senator Bill Hagerty is also on the list, among others. Nicole Skanga, CBS News, the White House.
Time is ticking to make sure your provisional ballot counts this election cycle. The deadline to clear up issues that cause you to vote provisionally is tomorrow. Now the Secretary of State urges voters to go to the County Board of Elections, provide the necessary things to validate the ballot. He says this is important since the congressional race has not been called yet here in Ohio. More than 137,000 provisional ballots were cast statewide on Election Day. Now that the election's over, what are you supposed to do with your lawn signs? Turns out you can recycle them. There are 4 recycling centers set for dropping off election signs. They're at the Keep Toledo and Lucas County Beautiful Building, the Glass City and Swan Creek Metro Parks, and at the Toledo Botanical Garden. You can find more information at WTOL.com. Remember, for all things related to the election, WTOL 11 has you covered, so you'll know the results as they come in. All you got to do is text the word VOTE to 419-248-1100. Well, President Trump has won the 2024 presidential election, but will he be eligible for re-election in 2028? Casey Decker with our Verified national team has the answer.
Donald Trump is heading back to the White House. His victory over Kamala Harris means he will be president for the next 4 years. Verify viewers emailed us to ask, once those 4 years are up, will he be eligible for re-election in 2028? So, using these sources, let's verify. The answer is no. Trump will not be eligible to run again in 2028. This is the final term he will be allowed to serve as president. The 22nd Amendment of the U.S. Constitution establishes term limits for presidents. It says, quote, "No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice." Trump was elected president once already in 2016 and now for the second time in 2024, making him ineligible to be elected a third time. Only one president has ever served 2 terms that weren't back-to-back: Grover Cleveland. He was first elected in 1884, lost in 1888, but ran and won again in 1892. With your Verify, I'm Casey Decker.
Hey, Toledo Public School bus was involved in a crash with a bicyclist today. The school district tells WTOL 11 the bicyclist was on Collingwood when the rider of the bike pulled out in front of the bus. Have not heard if anyone on the bus or the biker were injured. An Ida school bus was hit early this morning at the intersection of Maumee and Crittenden. Police say the bus was taking students to a field trip to the Sophia Quintero Art and Cultural Center. Officers tell WTOL 11 the driver of the bus ran a stop sign before colliding with the SUV. Police say the driver of the SUV had minor injuries. None of the students were hurt. Police say the students walked the rest of the way to their field trip. Toledo police are looking for a man wanted at the East Toledo shooting last month. Police say 32-year-old DeAndre Ballard is wanted for the murder of Alicia Mraz. Ballard is accused of shooting Mraz at the corner of Church Street and Prentice Avenue, October 26th. He's 6'4", 150 pounds, black hair and brown eyes. Anybody with information, call or text Crime Stoppers. You can remain anonymous and could be eligible for a cash reward. An update to a homicide from last month. A Lucas County grand jury has indicted a man charged in the killing of a 24-year-old. Elijah Garza was indicted on 2 counts of murder and 1 count of felonious assault. Police say officers found 24-year-old Zane Disher shot on Airport Highway back on October 27th. The Lucas County coroner says he died from multiple gunshot wounds. Well, we all pay close attention to gas prices, don't we? Especially when that gas tank's getting low. And while prices for our cars are at some of the lowest levels since the pandemic, truck drivers are also getting some relief at the pump. Diesel has now fallen to nearly $3.50 a gallon, the lowest level since 2021. Experts at Gas Buddy suggest this could mean lower prices on many consumer products.
The average price for diesel in Toledo today about $3.52 a gallon. It's been a long time since we've seen prices this low. It's a good sign for the economy. That's certainly one of the reasons, just one of the reasons why prices for many goods skyrocketed.
Patrick says diesel prices have dropped as the world continues to rebalance following the COVID pandemic. Metropolitan Holdings is interested in building a luxury apartment complex for the Arrowhead Business Park in Maumee. This would be off Indian Woods Circle, which is behind the Pinnacle and right along I-475. According to the city, the company proposed the idea at a city council meeting last week. The units would come in 1, 2, and 3 bedroom varieties. University of Toledo Medical Center's former CEO is coming back after more than 4 years away. According to U Toledo, Dan Barbie returned as Chief Executive Officer today. He previously served as CEO from 2016 to 2020, after which he worked in leadership positions for Mercy. He'll replace Rick Swain, who took over as CEO when Barbie left. It's a day we honor veterans, and we are just days away. Today, Toledo Technology Academy Trailblazers and the National Honor Society for Toledo Public Schools hosted Appreciation Day. Dominique O'Neill takes us to the event to recognize the hard work students and veterans do every day.
Please allow us to introduce you to someone who is going on their 18th honor flight.
That's Ava Newman. She's a junior at Toledo Technology Academy of Engineering in Toledo. She is also a volunteer with the Trailblazers Club, which is a volunteer student-led organization, and she says it holds a special place in her heart because her brother and sister are veterans.
It's super exciting to be here with everyone and to meet all these new people and all these veterans. I think it's a great opportunity for them to come out and speak to students like myself as well. It's just overall super exciting.
Veterans like Michael Willoughby, who served for more than 35 years and did 2 tours of Iraq, says it's quite special to be an example for the future generation.
It's an honor to serve in this great country and to benefit for all the things that America has provided for us.
Melanie Basta is a teacher at TTA. She teaches special education, and she says teaching means so much to her, and being able to honor veterans is something quite special.
So we wanted to do something that not only helped the students but helped the community also. And this is a great way to honor people in the community and people who deserve it.
Basta says this event with veterans is so special because of the bonds they build with those who served.
It means a great deal to these kids because they've each written a letter of thanks to their particular veteran, and they've made it very personal to each of their veterans, thanking them for the freedoms that they have today based on everything that they've done in the past as members of the military.
Might have recognized me. That was me. I was a speaker at that event today. Community here in Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan are honoring veterans this Veterans Day. For a list of community events and deals military members and veterans can take advantage of, head to WTOL.com. Johnny.
Well, the weekend's going to start off dry, but it is going to end with rain chances, so you will be needing that umbrella on Sunday. Looking at your Saturday forecast, we'll be in the upper 50s. Sunday does turn milder, but there will be increasing chances for rain showers, especially late Saturday night through Sunday morning. Here's a live look at Doppler radar. We are high and dry across the region for those Friday night plans with high pressure in the Midwest and Great Lakes region. We are watching a system well out to the Mountain West that is producing some unseasonably early snowfall for parts of Colorado and New Mexico, with a powerful area of low pressure and heavy snow and even blizzard conditions in northeastern New Mexico and much of the state of Colorado. There are still blizzard warnings that are in effect to the northeast of Albuquerque. That red color indicates blizzard conditions with blowing and drifting snow. And across Colorado from Denver and Colorado Springs down towards Boulder, 5 to 12 inches of additional snowfall may be possible. That pink color indicates winter storm warnings, and the purple shows you winter weather advisories as a result of that system. Our weather is going to be much quieter, and we're also watching this system that is so dynamic it's producing on the south side where it's warmer, severe weather in parts of East Texas. Here at home, we do have a warm front that'll be lifting in by Sunday morning. Rainfall could be steady at times early in the day Sunday, so I'd recommend packing that umbrella for the Sunday morning walk. Heading into the afternoon, a cold front on the backside of this brings in dry weather, and Sunday afternoon is actually going to be largely dry and fairly comfortable feeling with temperatures that'll be in the mid-60s. In the wake of this, we dry out for Veterans Day with sunshine returning and a pleasant feel. So how much rain can you expect? I'm anticipating a widespread quarter to half an inch of rainfall, slightly higher amounts possible west of Toledo, where there may be a swath of slightly more moderate heavy rainfall and about half an inch of rain. Rainfall likely for your Sunday with a 70% chance. No need for the umbrella Monday and Tuesday, as dry weather and sunshine rule the start of the work week. If you're hoping to get some leaf raking and outdoor work done, the pick day is going to be your Saturday. Dry weather expected. Mild feeling conditions with upper 50s. Cloud cover will increase slightly by the afternoon, but no worries of any rainfall for your Saturday. Planning out the day, a mix of clouds and sunshine early, turning mostly cloudy by the evening, with temperatures that'll be ever so slightly above average, topping out in the upper 50s. Weather impacts that we're tracking: a dry and comfortable start to the weekend, good for that outdoor yard work. Showers likely Sunday morning, with dry weather for Veterans Day and beyond. The 10-day forecast does bring our next system Wednesday into Thursday. Isolated shower chances possible each of those days, and the tail end of the 10-day does cool off a little bit as we drop down to the 50s. Bottom line, not a washout of a weekend, but you will want that umbrella early Sunday, and the pick day for getting some quality outdoor time is going to be on Saturday. Dan?
John Birchfield, thank you. A 10-year-old business is now calling downtown Sylvania home. The Toledo Mindfulness Institute, opening up later this month on Main Street behind the Chandler Cafe. TMI offers yoga, sound healing, and mindfulness 101 coaching. Also plans to hold special events such as a concert series and lectures.
We train people here. One of the foundational things is mindful communication, right? Which is really important. So how to actually be totally present when you're having a conversation with someone, how to actually be heart to heart with someone.